On this episode, we have a road trip and a car show. It's benefiting the firefighters here in Hillsborough County. So we're going to take you along for our road trip and check out some really cool cars. And hope my brakes don't lock up. I'll explain later. All right. Good morning, everyone. So we're at the beginning of our road trip today. We're going to head up to Indian Rocks Beach to another benefit show. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. We're going to get out of our area to see some new cars. And it is for a good cause. It's for the benevolent firefighter fund up there for Hillsborough County. But secondly, it's a road trip. So luckily, the easy way up is through the islands, which is a really nice one. So we're going to be meeting Brandon Jennings from at SN95 Snake from Instagram, and we're going to be attending the show. He's also on the fire department up there, and so this is, of course, near and dear to his heart. I used to be a volunteer firefighter years ago, so just kind of all rings home. So there's a little bit of sketch that's also going to be factored into this trip. So two things, and show some pictures here in a minute, but the rear main seal is still leaking. Now, sitting still doesn't seem to put much on the ground, but man, when I'm driving, it's getting all over the exhaust and the undercarriage, so it's bad. So we're going to have to, I am checking the oil, though, and it's not moving on the stick. So it looks like someone cut a hole open in my motor, and it's blowing all over the place, but the oil doesn't seem to be dropping at all. So that means it's very little, just getting hot and runny like water. So anyways, but the other problem is my brake lights. They don't want to work too often. The problem is if you remember, we were talking about our brake system getting over pressurized when we first put it in. Did some adjustments to make that work properly. It's all because the push rod isn't made to spec. It doesn't allow the bore to come back out and release pressure. So then the brake lock up, or my tail lights turn on all the time, full time. So anyways, what we did to mitigate that, we put a couple spacers in. We put one spacer in, it still seemed to be a problem. Put a second spacer in, very similar to this one. Well, this is one of them. And last night I ended up deciding, because it's just getting more and more dangerous over time, put some wear on the... So basically we took the spacer out. We ended up having two here. Now you're not going to probably be able to see the second one, but there is still another one in there between the master cylinder and the firewall. So we ended up taking that one out in the hopes that you know, we've got enough wear on the brakes now, and we'll get a little more pressure on that switch. Now, so far on my test drive last night, it worked like it's supposed to. The brake light switch still wants to rotate, but it seemed like once I got in a position where it engaged, you know, just as a little short, more than pressing the brake pedal, that it seemed to engage. Brakes are definitely much more stiffer. It feels to me like it should feel and had felt in the past. But twice we've tried to run, you know, with this master cylinder a little further in, and what happens is I get stuck in traffic, or it gets to warm temperatures, and then the brakes start slowly locking up because it can't release pressure, and then I start smoking on one wheel at least, if not two, and then the brake lights stay on because the pedal's hard and it's activating it, and then it's just a mess. So, but maybe now that we've got 3 to 5 years of wear on this thing, on the brake system, maybe I no longer need this. So that's one of them. And then so hopefully I don't end up on side road putting in this spacer, but if I do, that's, you know, fine. It's easy enough to do. Takes a minute or two. I just don't want to be on top of the Skyway Bridge doing that. That's, no, bad juju happens up there, and then I'll get called in as a jumper and they'll come arrest me. But anyways, but I want to make sure, you know, we're running safe with brake lights at work, so somebody don't slam into the back end of me while they're Googling or chatting on Facebook. So, all right, so it is very early this morning, as you can see. We're gonna head up over the Skyway over to the islands, and we're meeting Brandon. He's getting on shift this morning, and we're meeting Brandon up there around Madeira Beach, and then we're gonna run up further. This shows at the Holiday Inn Harborside up in Indian Rocks Beach. So it's their like 4th annual, and I was told last time, neither one of us had been there before, but we were told last time it was a fantastic show with a great turnout. So, and it's for a great cause. So let's go have some fun and hope that we don't end up on the side of the road working on the car. so I've stopped here at McDonald's on Vero Beach here, and I started smelling hot brakes, which we explained earlier what was going on, what I was trying. I can't understand why 2 centimeters makes so much difference, but the rear wheels are cool to the touch. I mean, they're a little warm, not much. I mean, they're not even hot. But I started smelling hot brakes, stopped here, and sure enough, that one's out, piping hot. Same on the driver's side. So the fear is real on the master cylinder. That was cold, practically. And this one too, piping hot. I mean, I can't even keep my start to cool down. It burns me almost immediately as I touch it. I can feel it stinging. So yeah, so yeah, removing that coupler is allowing my brake switch to activate properly, but it's causing the master cylinder to not relieve pressure properly, which is something I've been dealing with. All the years that I've owned this car, I've had this problem. We put this new brake system in. It's just drum brakes. It doesn't even have a power booster on it. And this has been a problem ever since. And it's all because that damn bore, center bore for the master cylinder, isn't manufactured right. At least that's what we're guessing, because if we put spacers on it, it works, but then my brake light switch doesn't engage. And then I have the risk of getting rear-ended, so I just don't get it. I don't understand. I know, convert it to power brakes. I hear George Okada already. Put my power brakes, I told you, on there. I know, but this is so stupid simple, and I hate that I'm letting it beat me. And I'm admitting defeat if I switch to power disc, or even manual disc. Actually, it's he sold me manual disc. I could get the booster, but anyways, I'm rambling. I'm gonna go have a coffee and a McMuffin. Okay, I lied. So I didn't go get an egg McMuffin yet. I'm gonna get tools. I got to thinking to myself. I said, "Self, Brandon's gonna be trailing you, so why don't you just put the spacer back in now? Stop roasting your brakes, and he won't plow into me because he knows my brake lights ain't working that well anyway." So that's what we're gonna do real quick before we take off. No, 4-hour coffee and egg McMuffin, and then take off. Well, I just realized as I'm putting the getting the tools out that my kit doesn't have an extension, so this will be real interesting now. Try to get this master cylinder loose, but we're going to take this master cylinder loose and put this back in. Wow, I didn't realize how much an extension means, guys. And this sucks. Keep the spacer in, and I have no brake lights, so to speak of. Take the spacer out, I have brake lights, and I'm roasting my brakes. Front brakes, so that's wonderful. You might get that, probably with a wrench. Okay, note to self, I need extensions on my next toolbox. So if you're looking for something for my birthday, there you go. I have long sleeves on because the head is hot. Golly, I only rinsed it down last night. I really needed a socket with a extension. Well, I got a socket. I just need an extension. Really, really, really bad. And it is. You happen on that tool kit, have an extension. but apparently not. So, Brandon from at SN95Snake on Instagram has joined me here at this location. This is our meet point this morning. Well, as long as I can get something. I had this kit, but I guess I've never had to use the extension until now. I'm trying to use a brand new. I may just have to roll in the show and fix a kit with an extension. I get this one with the
what size is it on?
wrench, but I really cranked on this last night and it's very apparent this morning. If I put any kind of pressure on this wrench, figure it out from there, you know what I mean? Just sucks though. Yeah. Alright, so problem is I need an extension to get on that bolt. The wrench, I can't get it to budge. I need an extension for my socket. So we're not that far away from the show. We're gonna grab a coffee and bite to eat and then we're gonna head up there. We'll figure it out later. Well guys, we made it out here to Harborside Holiday Inn. That's Brandon over there cleaning up his Cobra. And I probably should do the same thing, but I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna let it go. But we're early, and there's a few cars around here. Not many, but we're hoping for a good show. The show doesn't start till 10, so we're like an hour and a half early. So anyways, cool location. The drive down the beach was perfect. So yeah, hopefully we can see some really cool cars today. And we're helping out a good charity as well with the firefighter fund, so gotta love that. sign of the times, isn't it?
We're talking about like, dang, that's real long.
They're on the left side of the steering wheel.
Oh, okay.
Instead of a lot of people do the remote, the
Yeah.
handheld, and I'm like,
Let
man,
it out and you're enjoying it. That's what matters.
yeah. I got a new hood for it. Just got an injection on it. I just ran all the fuel lines, so I got the regulator all set. Just had the original drums.
Yeah.
When I was driving home, I hit the brakes and I'm like, oh shit.
That muffler's the same.
Well, yeah. I think I might Well, it's a long event.
Yeah, it is.
10 to 4,
It is.
so I'm imagining. I wasn't planning
know sometimes life can be tough, and you feel like you just had enough. When you're thinking everything is gone wrong, just remember that I'm here to cheer you on. Yeah, I wanna pick you up from the ground, let you know that I'm always around. 'Cause I know we can make it, yes we can make it if we try. Keep on trying.
You got it.
I believe in you.
You got it.
I know you got this.
You got it.
Just keep on trying.
You got it.
There's been a lot of bumps in the road.
Bumps in the road.
Oh yeah, always carrying that oh so heavy load. When you feel like there's too much on your plate,
Too much.
just call on me,
Call on me.
and I'll help you carry some of that weight. I wanna make you understand, let you know that there's always a helping hand. 'Cause I know we can make it, yeah we can make it if we try. Yes we can make it if we try. Keep on trying.
Got it.
You're gonna make it.
Got it.
I believe in you.
Got it.
Trying. Keep on trying, girl.
Got it.
You're gonna make it.
Got it.
'Cause I believe in you. Yeah. Just keep on trying. Got to keep on trying. Now, baby.
so far this has been a fantastic show. I think there's a great turnout here, great spread of different type of cars, and so anyways, we're getting some good footage. A lot of people are appreciative with the fire department here, for those of us who turned out. So fantastic show, great ride up, and we've met some new friends today, especially Eric that owns that Mercury Monterey that is bagged. Had a long conversation with him. Fantastic guy, loves cars, loves car meets, just wants to come out and hang out with people, meet people, and see what others are doing to their cars. See if what are the cool stuff that's happening. A couple other people, I try to get a couple of them to go on camera with me and kind of tell the story, like the Rusted C10, the story. That is its first show, and that C10 was just put together 3 days ago. It's on a Yukon chassis with a full LS drivetrain, everything that's factory on the Yukon. Dakota Digitals, classic gauges that are, the converts from the electronic. And it literally 3 days ago were in pieces being put together onto the chassis, and it's at the show today. So that's cool stuff that you don't hear or see a lot of times. And anyway, so I hope you're enjoying the video. We'll probably have more. Let me catch it from the back.
Yeah.
Well, it is the end of the day. We made it back from the Indian Rocks Beach show, the firefighter benefit show. I ended up not filming it, but off camera on the way home, the brakes did start locking up on it. You remember I tried to remove it with the tools that I had in real life, and It just wasn't going to happen without an extension. So on the way home, before we hit the Skyway, stopped off at a Wally World and picked up an extension pack, and I found a 3/8 driver that actually has a collar that extends. So I got that. Brandon and I switched out, took the brake booster loose, and we put the spacer back in between it and the firewall. Fixed. The brakes are fine, they're not locking up. It was getting to the point where when I was turning the car, or driving actually, it would come almost to a complete halt without even touching the brakes. You just throw it in neutral, and then it would, when you try to turn, the wheel would barely turn. You could feel it kind of shaking, so the brakes were definitely getting heated up. And anyway, so now as soon as I did that, the piston is now relieving pressure, getting back far enough in the bore, and now she's working just fine, and the brakes are not heating up. I can stop. Just my brake lights are now again off and on. So I've ordered the new sleeves that we broke years ago, trying to get it in there when we were having initial problems. Long story, probably hear about that in an upcoming video. I still owe you guys a conclusion video on when we get this on the road, and I haven't forgot about it. It's just been a lot going on lately with the shows and other things, and some maintenance that we're doing, and anyways, the everyday stuff and work. So I just haven't been able to sit down and complete them because they're still photos, and they make, believe it or not, a lot more, it takes a lot more editing to get that to look presentable, because it was all done long before I ever thought about a YouTube channel. But anyways, spacer's back in, and now brakes are fine. So we made it home just fine, scaled over the Skyway. But what a fantastic show. We've got to see several cars we've never seen, in person before. Of course, we know there's several of them out there. The Batmobile, that was a really cool treat. And then I love Eric and his 55 Monterey lowrider with the bag system. What a cool car. You don't see those very often. And then on top of that, it's just gorgeous design, and the Art Deco style on it is, I know there's plenty of them that's like that out there, but just something about that car. It's got styling cues, and a lot of your, cars you see every day from the 50s, they have the Art Deco, but not like this thing. This thing's a work of art. So really enjoyed meeting him, and of course we got to see some other cars that were just really, really cool that we don't get to see around this area. So, and it was a great benefit. So I'm glad you guys came along and hung out with us. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next video. We've got a lot more coming up. See you on the streets.